It is better to offer no excuse than a bad one. It is better to be alone than in bad company. If freedom of speech is taken away, then dumb and silent we may be led, like sheep to the slaughter. Human happiness and moral duty are inseparably connected. 99% of failures come from people who make excuses. I hope I shall possess firmness and virtue enough to maintain what I consider the most enviable of all titles, the character of an honest man. Guard against the impostures of pretended patriotism. Labor to keep alive in your breast the little spark of celestial fire called conscience. Perseverance and spirit have done wonders in all ages. Associate yourself with men of good quality, if you esteem your own reputation, for 'tis better to be alone than in bad company. A sensible woman can never be happy with a fool. Few men have virtue to withstand the highest bidder. Happiness depends more upon the internal frame of a person's own mind than on the externals in the world. I conceive a knowledge of books is the basis upon which other knowledge is to be built. Be courteous to all, but intimate with few, and let those few be well tried before you give them your confidence. Harmony, liberal intercourse with all nations, are recommended by policy, humanity, and interest. I had rather be on my farm than be emperor of the world. Decision-making, like coffee, needs a cooling process. I'll die on my feet before I'll live on my knees. One of the expedients of party to acquire influence within particular districts is to misrepresent the opinions and aims of other districts. Real men despise battle, but will never run from it. Wherein you reprove another, be unblameable yourself, for example, is more prevalent than precepts. Someday, following the example of the United States of America, there will be a United States of Europe. Liberty, when it begins to take root, is a plant of rapid growth. Individuals entering into society must give up a share of liberty to preserve the rest. It's good to live alone than to live in a bad company. The basis of our political systems is the right of the people to make and to alter their constitutions of government. Be not glad at the misfortune of another, though he may be your enemy. A slender acquaintance with the world must convince every man that actions, not words, are the true criterion of the attachment of friends. If the cause is advanced, indifferent is it to me where or in what quarter it happens. Let your heart feel for the afflictions and distress of everyone. A bad war is fought with a good mind. We should not look back unless it is to derive useful lessons from past errors, and for the purpose of profiting by dearly bought experience. Worry is the interest paid by those who borrow trouble. It is far better to be alone than to be in bad company. The harder the conflict, the greater the triumph. To persevere in one's duty and be silent is the best answer to calumny. It is absolutely necessary for me to have persons that can think for me, as well as execute orders. Arbitrary power is most easily established on the ruins of liberty abused to licentiousness. Discipline is the soul of an army. It makes small numbers formidable, procures success to the weak, and esteem to all. To encourage literature and the arts is a duty which every good citizen owes to his country. Strive not with your superiors in argument, but always submit your judgment to others with modesty. Be courteous to all, but intimate with few, and let those be well tried before you give them your confidence. There is nothing so likely to produce peace as to be well prepared to meet the enemy. No punishment, in my opinion, is too great for the man who can build his greatness upon his country's ruin. George Washington famously warned against ungenerously throwing upon posterity the burden which we ourselves ought to bear. To be prepared for war is one of the most effective means of preserving peace. I hold the maxim no less applicable to public than to private affairs, that honesty is always the best policy. We must consult our means rather than our wishes. Where are our men of abilities? Why do they not come forth to save their country?